Well, my plan for this community is to find ways in which we can engage the community and clean up our neighborhoods. So one of the issues that we have in this area is the issue of safety, and that is caused by a reason why we have people who have abandoned properties and properties that are basically dilapidated and not taken care of. And so one of the things I would like to do is to clean up those areas, working with law enforcement and IPL to clean up those areas. Also trying to get law enforcement to come in and help us develop our neighborhood watch, block watches, and help us keep an eye out for each other. So that is one of my first plan is public safety. The second one is youth engagement. So trying to find a way to provide activities for our youth. We have students who leave school and when they go home they don't have anything to do. Well, my plan is to invest in programs that will help take care of these students when they leave home, when they leave school and go back home. They're able to have things to do. So I will plan on funding after-school programs that will keep our schools open longer. So the North Olmsted, South Olmsted, the Iroquois High School, and Rutherford Elementary schools in this area, we'll try and keep those schools longer, open longer. So when students leave and go back home, they're able to go into these schools in their neighborhood and be a part of the programs that are offered within these schools. And then the third aspect of my plan is business development. My goal is to work with the city to identify incentives that will attract businesses into the area. So right here is Cocoberry Pops. It's a great business, but what can we do to increase the number of businesses that move into this area, especially the Woodlawn corridor business area? So I'm trying to identify ways in which we can bring businesses into this area. So the three areas of my campaign are public safety, youth engagement, and business development.
With real solutions in three categories: safety, infrastructure, and economic development. So I'm happy to tease out any of those three. So if we're talking about things like, for instance, safety, we're talking about things like, obviously, crime and ways that we can reduce crime and work together to build resiliency. We're talking about things like youth services. We're talking about community inclusion. We're talking about all of those factors. We're talking about how folks can age in place safely. If we are talking about infrastructure needs, we're talking about everything from sustainability and beautification. How do we prevent litter to drainage issues? We have one flood district in our district, and those folks live in constant fear of a flood. We also talk about semis on residential roads where, semis blow through here and they crumble our curbs and our infrastructure. If we're talking about economic development, we're talking about things like how do we support existing businesses here, businesses like Center Gauze? How do we inspire local entrepreneurship? We have a lot of talent in the district. How do we tap into that? And the third thing is, how do we create new markets here? How do we inspire folks to want to invest in our district? Because I do a lot of driving outside the district for basic goods and services sometimes. So those are the three core issues for the district, and that's the basis in which I've created a plan.